What's going on, guys? Biggs back again for a much wanted part 2 of reviewing employees' first rides. So I'm gonna bring in some of our employees, and they're gonna talk about what they rode around in when they got their license. First up, we got Lawson, but before we get started, if you need wheels, tires, suspension, or any accessory, go to customoffsets.com and pick yourself up some stuff to, make your truck more, desirable.
Absolutely.
I would say.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's get started. What was your first truck and what did you do to it? Do you wish you still had it?
So my first truck is honestly my current one. It was the first one that I've owned, but I used to roll around in my parents' 86 F-150 back in the day. It was pretty cool. It was like the silver. It kind of had like the headache rack with the sides on it. It was lifted a little bit, but it was more like a bigger tire, smaller wheel. So it's like completely different than what we're doing right now.
Yep.
But it was pretty cool. I remember, just taking it to school and then also like hitting like some back trails sometimes, just creaking through the woods, with some buddies in the truck and stuff like that. That was pretty cool. Obviously, I had just gotten my license. I had like a old school like 90s Firebird.
Oh.
But I always wanted to drive the truck around. It just was desirable, and it wasn't like fast or anything, but it just looked really, really nice, and it was clean. So I enjoyed that. But for my first very own truck that I have bought would be my current one that I built up, which has been one hell of a ride, and now I'm already looking forward to my next build, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, you've done quite a bit to the one that you have now.
Yep. So I was able to enjoy it for a little bit as what it was. Once it was rebuilt, obviously it was wrecked, and then Brand Title rebuilt it, but it was nice to be able to enjoy the truck for one winter. I actually got it right around this time last year. So I've only had the truck for like a year, but to be able to enjoy it as a stock working truck for the remaining of the winter, and then obviously the summer we rebuilt it, got it wrapped, lifted, custom paint, everything. So quite a journey.
Yeah, you took it stage by stage, kind of like what I'm trying to do with my current truck right now. Kind of riding around stock height, seeing what I want to go with, and then build it into something that is crazy, like what you did.
Yeah, it gives you a chance to really appreciate the truck for what it is before you take it to the next level. So.
Yeah, hell yeah. Next up we have Dustin. He's been around the block for a while. He's getting up there in age. So probably what he drove around in was like Model A type level, maybe. I don't know.
Model B, actually.
Model B.
Yeah, the one up after the Model A.
Dang, so you grew up a little bit and then you're like, oh, I can get my first truck. Okay, what was your first truck? What did you do to it? And do you wish you still had that? Because I know it was kind of a box.
I can't believe you called my first truck a shitbox.
It kind of was.
It was not!
It wasn't?
It was not!
All right, what about the dual whips?
Listen, my first truck was a 92 GMC K1500, so half-ton, extended cab, short box. It was the silver and like kind of light bluish, almost like an atomic blue two-tone with the body trim on it. The front fenders were actually not the same gray because they were, or the silver because they were replaced at one point. Truck had 236,000 miles on it when I sold it. 305 and a 5
You sold
speed.
that thing?
Yeah, for like
Someone bought that?
$2,200.
Someone bought that?
It was a great truck. American Outlaw, or American Racing Outlaw 2 rep wheels in a 15 by 10, I think. And a set of BFG KO2s in a 31, 10.5, 15. Diamond plate toolbox with the gull wings in the back, dual antennas, lights on, lights on, lights on, lights on, lights. It was dope. Listen, you have to understand that when I had that truck, you were in diapers. What year were you born?
2000.
Yeah, so you would have been 11. You were in diapers.
Yes.
Biggs is a little bit of a slow learner.
Yes.
So anyway, no, I had that truck just out of high school. I really loved that truck, honestly. It was great.
I can tell.
I beat the fuck out of that truck, and it took it like a champ.
I feel like those trucks do take that like a champ. I feel like that's like every high schooler / just graduated first truck, they get it and they're like, let's go mudding.
I never mudded that truck. I was always respectful to it in that way, but I did a lot of donuts and hay fields. I drove it for like a year and a half when I worked on the farm and used it for all sorts of farm stuff. Just a good truck overall. I really liked it. It had Firestone 23-degree mud tires on it.
Oh.
Which you probably don't even know what those are.
Nope.
Back in the day, Firestone made a tire and it was literally just a tread pattern with big siping that ran through at 23-degree angles. So it's just like, it almost looked like a golf cart tire, but more aggressive. Made a ton of noise on the highway, I loved it. So to combat that, I put a 12-inch single sub behind the driver's seat. Yeah.
I don't even know what to say right now.
What? Why? I had blue LEDs up in the footwell.
Yep.
So it had some nice ambient lighting, you know.
As much as I want to hate it, I don't.
You can't.
I don't.
You cannot hate that truck because
That's the thing.
at the time,
It was cool.
exactly. Everything from the whips, it had a Flowmaster Super 40 series with 2 chrome tips, so it made decent noise without being stupid loud. It ran good, it drove okay. You know, it wasn't fantastic for 200,000 miles, but what do you expect? It's a good truck.
Wait, did you say you lifted it?
No, no lift.
Did you crank the
Stock height.
keys? At least you didn't do that.
It's a good truck. I don't know that I would want it anymore, to be honest.
Yeah, compared to what you have now.
Well, in current state, no, definitely not. But it'd be a fun project, tear it all apart, rebuild it.
What would you do to it if you could tear it all apart and rebuild it exactly how you want it?
Repaint it, same color, fix the rust, probably like a 6-inch lift, 15 by 10s and 35s or something, you know, big side, you know, a lot of sidewall on the tires. Something like a Super Swamper, very period correct for that truck. It would need some extra HPs because, oh, I forgot to tell you, that was the best part. I had a cold air intake.
God.
Made by a guy out of his garage that I bought on eBay.
eBay.
And it was, you have to understand that that's a TDI truck, right? So the air filter sat right on the top. So it was literally like a housing with a pipe off to the side in a cone filter, and that was it. But yeah, that's what I would do with it. Just rebuild it, make it look nice. Something super period correct. Maybe give it like the Waldock decals on the side. I think Waldock trucks are really cool.
Dope.
Yeah? Is that it? Can I go home now?
Yep, you can. You can go home. And that's what we have for you with Dustin. We're gonna
What?
bring in.
What?
Bring in. Who are we gonna bring in next?
Wish you weren't so fucking awkward, bud.
Bye, Dustin.
All right, Pigs, we're gonna turn this one around a little bit, and now we're going with you. Tell us about your first truck.
Okay, my first truck was a 2005 F-150 step side.
Wait, your first truck was an 05?
Yes.
I'm old.
What did I do to that? Oh, I actually did quite a bit to it.
Did you?
My grandma, she is the bomb.
Okay.
She likes the cool shit. She actually put new wheels and tires on it before I got it. So they're aftermarket wheels and tires.
Were they from CustomOffsets.com?
I think Sears before they went out of business. Yeah, I'm gonna be real
All right,
honest
that's
with you.
fair.
Yeah, she's old school.
I can
So
tell.
she got,
Sears and Roebuck catalogs.
yeah. So I did wheels and tires, or she did wheels and tires. I can't recall what the wheel was. If I can find it, I'll be sure to put it somewhere. She also gave it to me with dual exhaust, so that thing was loud.
Dude, Granny's rowdy.
Yeah, she actually got her new truck and she was like, this thing's too quiet, I can't hear the pipes. So she wants to go put new pipes on her truck. So
What does
yeah.
Granny drive now?
Granny drives a 17 or 18 F-150, I think.
Dude, get out of here. I want Granny on this show.
Yeah.
That'd be way better than you.
Yeah, Granny's got it going on.
All right, tell us about the 06.
05. Dude.
05,
Get it
whatever,
right.
dude. It's the same difference.
Okay, so it had wheels and tires on it, it had exhaust, it was pretty loud, it sounded good actually. I did your typical double dim radio, so I put a new radio in it. It was a single cab, but it had like the suicide like half doors. So like
it
there
an
was,
extended cab.
no, because there's no seats in the back.
Not even jumper seats? Like
No,
the fold down
no,
one?
it was literally like just the back doors like swung open and it was literally just like a little cargo space. So I stuffed a
Weird.
12-inch sub in there, seats pushed as far as I could where I could still drive, and I like stuffed that thing back there. I did a backup camera that I hooked into the radio. Of course, lights upon lights upon lights, because I still do that because I'm still 12. So I
11
did
and a half.
11 and a half. So I did light bar in the bumper, and then I did 2 pods, like, you know, ditch lights or whatever you want to call it. And honestly, seat covers, and then like your typical, like, you know, cheap upgrades that you can freshen it up. And honestly,
Advanced auto parts, you know.
yeah, that's about all I did to it.
I want to roast you for it, but I can't because,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, the only,
I've been there. That was me. Although, step side,
Yeah, not the move.
Not the move for me.
But what I ended up doing was I slid on ice, spun in circles, and she's no longer
You
with
wrecked
us.
Granny's truck?
Yeah, I did. All right, that's what we have for you on part 2 of reviewing employees' first trucks. It seems that you guys like this, so let us know in the comments below if you want us to do a part 3, and then we probably dig up some more people's gyms that they rolled around in back in the day.
Yeah, it's true.
Yep.
Let us know who won this one, who has the best first truck, and as always, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Peace.